Welcome back to another episode of the Henny Nice Podcast. As always, I'm your host, your brother, Jay White. First things first, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast on all streaming platforms. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Pandora, Google Podcasts, wherever you're tapped into. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and rate the podcast. I appreciate the support. And as always, if you want Henny Nice merch, click that link in the show notes. It'll take you to the link tree where you can get your Henny Nice merch and find everything Henny Nice related. You can get your crew neck. 314 day is this week, because by the time this come out, it'll be week of 314 day. So you can get your crew neck, you can get your t-shirts, or you don't have to necessarily get it for 314 day. You can get the merch just to have. So again, make sure you tap into all thing Henny Nice from that Linktree link. And again, I appreciate the support. So now I have a returning guest finally on the podcast, coming live from the Henny Nice studios, somewhat. But what doesn't she do? She's a social media manager. She's now a DJ. All things businesswoman. She's a mom. I have the one and only. What do you want to call yourself?
Ani, right? So everyone who knows me, it's Ani. What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
Or DJ O.
Yeah.
The newest title. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Back again.
Time number 3.
Got us drinking tequila.
We are drinking
on the Henny Nice Podcast.
Yes. Shout out to El Mague.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a Henny drinker. Hence
Bless
me
your heart.
pushing the tequila this
it's cool though.
this afternoon.
It's cool because all my Hennessy is gone because Mardi Gras. Shout out to the gang over Mardi Gras. We kicked it. Hypnotic and Hennessy.
Are y'all serious?
Yes.
Holy shit.
We had Incredible Hulks, and everybody was so.
Y'all were lit. When I seen y'all were lit. That makes a lot of sense.
Other stuff.
Okay.
Fired up a little bit. But, as soon as you walk through the door, I poured you up some Hypnotic and Hennessy.
Wow. And they had to drink it.
And they had to drink it.
Okay.
They swore it was going to be bad, but it got everybody right. By the time we left here, we were lit.
I'm coming next year.
Yeah.
I need an invite.
Yeah.
I need it. As long as I'm hoping to work it next year. But if I don't work it next year, then I need an invite.
Are you working 314 days this year?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. But I do want to support somebody somewhere. Is STL Fest a thing this year?
STL Fest is always in July.
Okay. So what do they do for 314 Day? What's the big thing?
So shout out to Morgan Casey.
Hey. Oh yeah, it's sold out.
Yeah. Shout out to Morgan Casey. It's gonna be concert at the Hawthorne Crime Mob.
Did you get your ticket?
I did.
Oh,
come on, because
jealous.
I'm early I don't have fear of missing out, but I'll be pissed off if I miss out.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be nostalgic as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm jealous. But hey, Morgan, if another ticket just happens to pop up, hopefully we get this out before 314 days.
She opens stuff up from time to time.
I'm gonna be stalking her this coming up week.
There you go.
No, yeah, that's a great idea. So
if you ain't on nothing 314 day,
that
slide.
Yeah.
I'm having people at the Henny Nice studio.
Okay. Yeah. Studio's beautiful, by the way. I have not gotten the chance to stop by,
The Henny Nice studio. But there's a day party at Treasures as well.
Oh, yeah. I think I've seen that, too.
That I saw. It's a bunch of events, so I don't want to just,
support local.
Yeah, of course support local. I don't want to make it short, make it seem like it's just those 2 events. There's a bunch of events. I might link those in the show notes too.
Yes.
Because there's positive events, there's brunches. It's on a Friday this year. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds dangerous. Yeah, you gonna Incredible Hulk it up? I
might run it back. I might run it back.
All right. We'll see.
Run it back. I might have to.
I don't think I'm booked that day, so.
Yeah. I was, if you ain't on nothing, feel free to, slide. We'll, whatever. The doors to the Henny Nice studio are open. So, but speaking of Henny Nice studio, I did want to talk to you about how you became DJO.
Oh,
because it is a little bit of a shift.
It is.
From what you were doing.
Yep.
Kind of in the same vein, though. You know, you still promote, I guess you want to call it lifestyle events, if you want to call it that. But now you're not just the promoter.
Yeah.
You're also, as the cool kids call it, the curator of vibes.
Facts.
So now you're DJing. Well, so how did that happen?
So I can't be the vibe curator, right? Because shout out to DJ Tycoon. That is literally his name, DJ Tycoon, the vibe curator. Mm-hmm. But I do be, going crazy with the selections and stuff. So it all really started because Tycoon would double book himself. And I know that's horrible business practice. Sorry, Tycoon, but he would double book himself and be like, oh, I need to find somebody to XYZ. I just realized, that was back before calendars were synced the way they needed to be. And before we started using Honeybook and all those things. But just kind of double booking and not realizing. So I actually have had to do an event before for him. And that was before I was prepared and ready. Mind you, I had been to probably over 50 weddings and events with him before I started DJing. So I knew how everything went. I did the logistics for probably every single event that we had done before that. Kind of kept him on cue on paper. Did all of those things. And one day he was like, I ain't got nobody. Like, I need you. It's going to be real easy. All you got to do, show me some little quick things that would help me get through the event. And then right after that, I ended up doing Grove Fest. If y'all have not been to Grove Fest, love it. It is a vibe, right? Especially depending on what artists and things that they bring out there. But did Grove Fest, and I think I fell in love with it there. So I fell in love with, like you said, curating the music, like putting everything together, people vibing with me, like kind of putting my energy out there and them really like latching on to it and feeling it. So that's kind of how it took off. It's been literally insane. I am booked like almost every weekend after, not this weekend I'm not, but the weekend after that, I'm booked all the way through April. So it's lovely, right? Like my focus right now is corporate and weddings. Okay. So that's where my heart is. However, I still find myself doing some of the sprinkles of other things. I've done like some house parties and stuff too, which I do also like. Obviously, we had the end of the year December joint last year with DJ Homicide. Shout out to DJ Homicide. That was great. But I'm not really a club DJ. And I know that about myself. Like, I don't even really like the club anymore. So being in that environment just really ain't my vibe. Now, put me in like a little low-key spot. Yes, that's it. Like, On God Arts, yes. Art Bar, come mess with us at Art Bar this year. Rooftop, it's amazing. But yeah, so it all kind of came from that, did that event, fell in love with it. So it's been fun. It's weird though, because I feel like I'm like in this spotlight of another person who started it before me. And that is like weird as hell. Just trying to navigate it. And then being a woman and like in doing it, it looks different, I feel like. But yeah, it's been fun. I love it.
Yeah, I think lean in here. I think the first time I think I saw you DJ was Thanksgiving. It was the same night as the Lemon Pepper Kickback.
Oh, yeah.
You were at Hassle Soul.
Yes.
And so, yeah. You still came through the kickback and
of course, support, gotta show love to
because always. Thanksgiving is
it's a staple.
It's very local.
We've been doing it for like
this is a very
years.
St. Louis podcast right now.
Yes.
But Thanksgiving night is like a huge night. They always say St. Louis is small or whatever. It's more so we have a lot of connections. You'd be surprised how who knows who's connected to who, that, this, that, and the third. And so Thanksgiving, the night before Thanksgiving, I should say, sorry. That everybody's looking to have fun. It's like it is homecoming, essentially. And so, it's really dope that the event planners all come together and all show love at these various different events that serve different sectors of people that go out. But yeah, you slid through and was like, yeah, I'm DJing at House of Soul. And then we pull up to House of Soul after the kickback. And sure enough, you got your little flower set up, you got your own lights.
You know.
And you was going crazy. And so, I don't know, that wasn't the first time you officially DJed?
No, that was my first club event though. Like club. I had been doing art bar before that, like every weekend. But that was my first club night and my first like real, like, cause obviously we're at House of Soul and the crowd for that night is more African American than it is anything. So it's banger after banger. You ain't playing the bangers, they not finna mess with you. So that was my first that for sure. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Best night. That was a great night. That was a really good night. Like, yeah, that was lit.
Pat yourself on the back.
I do. I pat myself. I pat the whole team, right? Because everybody did such a good job. And it was crazy, like, going after somebody, especially... I started off the night, right? Because ain't nobody finna go behind LaRon or Tycoon or Homicide. And I ain't doing that. I will say I'm going to give my flowers to where they go right now. I'm starting. I'm still beginning. I'm still learning things. Am I good? Yes. Like, I love hearing Tycoon talk about me to other people because he'll be like, she's so amazing. Like, she's just as good as me. I'm like, don't say that. Don't say that. Hold on. Don't say that. Yeah, but I mean, like, I love it, and I don't know, it feels good. So it's been dope. It's been one of my favorite new things. I do all the things, right? So like, I'm doing that right now. I'm full time, by the way, so that's scary and interesting at the same time. So book me, right? Because that's paying my bills. But I'm also assisting with the grand opening of a new spot on Wash Ave called The Moniker. So I'm assisting with that. So that should be amazing. Y'all saw what we did with Blue Dining Lounge when that was a thing back in the day. So this will be a very sexy space, way different vibe. But assisting with the grand opening of that. So that should be coming in the spring. So not sure if you've heard about it or not.
That was the first thing I heard about.
That's around the corner from you. Yeah, and it's going to be a sexy vibe. Okay. So it's a date night vibe. It's a meet up with some folks kind of a thing. And mostly like a drink spot, but they'll have like small bites too. So I'm assisting with that. I'm also doing some marketing and event kind of stuff with the Canna Moms. Have you heard of the Canna Moms? No, oh man, have to.
The Canna Moms. The Canna Moms.
Yes. So Canna Moms is a group of women, obviously moms, that kind of get together because we have wanting to, indulge and garden, as a hobby. Yeah. So, they are amazing. They do events in the city that you can actually consume at. So, I come from the cannabis industry. No shout outs to nobody, you know what I'm saying? But come from the cannabis industry and being able to kind of still be involved in those areas is amazing because I feel like they see like some of the amazing work that I was doing, which is why we're working together on things. And so like just being able to be a part of events that are consumption friendly is crazy because once upon a time that was never like an okay thing. So selling events to things like that is awesome. They've done some amazing events. So if you're not already following them, they are Canna Moms on everything on Instagram and on Facebook. So sometimes they do events, right, where men can come to. Okay. And that's nice because it comes with some goodies. So they give out the goodies at the event. So it's lit. Like I had a lot of goodies at our last event, which was, they did a Canna Gala, which I DJ'd, of course. Vibes, nothing but vibes.
I bet.
Nothing but vibes. But, so one of my favorite pre-rolls, crazy. I don't even know if we can talk about this on here. Can we talk about this on here? Okay, cool. So one of my favorite pre-rolls from that event, it's Codes. So I don't know if you go to the dispensary, but Codes, and it was a infused pre-roll. It comes in a purple thing. Okay. when I say, like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, it was a good vibe. But anyway, like, you go to their events, you get product, which is like unheard of. Like, you're gonna get a bunch of product, which is gonna overly sell whatever you paid for your ticket. So doing some work with them, doing some work for that moniker space that's opening, and then the DJ stuff. And then, like you said, I'm a mom, so I'm juggling all the things right now. Juggling.
Doing a good job of juggling, so hats off to you.
Thank you.
So with you, I have a lot of friends that are DJs, now that I think about it. Since you started, pet peeves. You know, certain things people don't like. You know, of course, you know, not bumping the DJ booth is one of them.
Oh my God.
Have you, since you started, developed some pet peeves?
I am a pet peeve person anyway. Like, I'm very particular. So I feel like I would have developed them either way, yeah. But I think, like, if I go out to a space and, you know, I'm DJing. Let's say someone else is DJing. They're DJing, they're in their bag, they're doing their thing. And somebody, you know, let's say it's only the first hour into the event. Somebody comes up and asks for a request. Can you just let them do their thing? Can you just, you know, like, that's a pet peeve for me. Like, let the DJ vibe a little bit. Let's see where they're going before you be like, nah, I want to hear this. Or you get to the event just started, and you want to hear something crazy that will send the event up later in the evening. Like, it's a time for shit, and, you know, you got to be mindful of that kind of thing. I absolutely hate when people, like, come up and, like, because it's like, I think when I first started watching people DJ, it seemed so easy. Like, and it seemed like a party, and it seemed like fun. And that shit is, like, meticulous. Like, your brain is going so fast. You're picking the next song. You're making sure it blends. You're figuring out how to bring it in. You're figuring out how to take the other one out. You're figuring out if you want to take the lyrics off of some shit. Like, it's hard. So if someone's coming to talk to me, like, it's never the time. Like, it feels like it's never the right time. Right. So I think those things are definitely, like, a pet peeve. Speaking for some other DJs in this city too, I know the biggest thing, and it was a conversation like last year, was not paying the DJ. So that was like, that's crazy. Yeah. So, like, you know, they're literally providing the vibe of the event, of the environment. Like, if you turn the music off, what the fuck happens here? You know what I mean? So making sure that, like, if you're booking somebody, you're paying them, you know, efficiently to provide that entertainment for the night. I think that's important. Speaking of, shout out to all my wedding clients, because, baby, I love, yes, it is. Yes, and that's why I love it, right? Like, I'm a part of, like, obviously I'm married, you know, married now. Well, the last time we talked, I wasn't married. Right. So being able to, like, help, like, be a part of that special day and, like, that special pieces of all of that is, like, it makes me feel good. Right? Like, people be wanting to work and do shit that makes them feel like they made a difference or whatever. Like, obviously, I'm not curing world hunger with this one, you know, with my next track. But, yeah, you know, it feels good to be a part of that kind of a thing. So, absolutely love weddings. But, yeah, so those are probably my pet peeves. Like, so far, so I get irritated easily, but when I'm DJing, I'm in a happy space, so it's hard. So no one, if someone comes up to me and asks me for a song, they would never know, like, that I'm like, this is not the moment, right? But yeah, but I started realizing, like, early on, like, I would want someone to come with me. Like, I had a couple girlfriends come out at some of my first gigs, and then I realized, like, I can't talk to them right now. Like, I cannot even have a conversation right now. Like, I gotta focus in this mug. Like, it was just way harder than I had originally thought. So, like, yeah, like, it's a real skill and a real art there. Yeah. It's not just press and play. And I think when you realize that, then you stop requesting songs at the wrong moment, or you stop bothering the DJ or complaining about what they're playing, you know, that kind of a thing. When you actually understand the artistic, everything behind it. It's a real job, you know?
It's a science.
Yes.
Mix this.
It is.
That.
And what do y'all want to hear? I have to literally judge what the fuck y'all want to hear, and I don't know some of y'all, right? Like, but I'm over here guessing and getting it right. So yeah.
Well, kudos to you.
I didn't know you were gonna ask me that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I mean,
I'm like, what if I entered it wrong?
Because you went from doing you.
I know I jumped.
Who knew you had interest in that? You know,
so I didn't.
Right?
I didn't though.
But you did it out of like
necessity.
So
like, but I was around it so often. But yeah, I would have never thought that I would have
So you would
picked that
just
shit
sit
up.
listen to Ron
literally
in the basement. You be
vibing.
Yeah. That was your thing. That might be like a little bonding.
So
thing.
you know, so we did that a little while. We probably should do that more often, especially right now. Like we need to come out with
Let
a
me
little,
DJ for you.
You know, real quick. Let me play some of my songs for you real fast. We do listen to music a lot. Like it's a really dope YouTube person called Noise Complaints. Noise Complaints is their name. Y'all should vibe to that. You gotta put that on. You know what I'm saying? Hit the bleezy. So it's a DJ. He don't do a lot of mixing, but his song selection, fucking nuts. Like, but yeah, that there is something about like sitting there and listening to music with somebody else who has an ear for music that is like, it's a vibe. It's a good vibe. With the codes pre-roll.
With the codes pre-roll.
with the codes pre-roll.
Straight to the moon.
Listen, I'm just trying to put everybody on. I feel like a lot of people gatekeep, you know, on great things, amazing things. So codes pre-rolls, that's it. Right there.
You want to sponsor the show?
Hey, they do sponsor stuff like that.
I'd be happy to.
Yeah, let's try
codes. Some things.
Yes, and then he can talk about it for y'all and get the city hip.
Right.
On them infused pre-rolls.
That's good. So, what else is new with you? Because like I said, last time you weren't married yet.
I was not.
I was at the wedding.
At the wedding.
In Mexico.
So, like I said, opening those spaces, random as hell. Did you vote yesterday?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. I can't vote. I am. So I can't because I live in technically St. Charles County.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did not get to vote. But obviously, and to be honest, like because I don't get to vote, I feel like I don't follow it as much as I should. And I thought that yesterday was like the final, right? I was like, fuck, you guys fucking voted old girl in. Like, how the fuck did we drop the ball?
That's in April.
Yeah, so, but it's very soon as well. But, yeah, I'm just curious because, like, I know a lot of people were, like, anti, voting and stuff, which, I don't know. I feel like, especially right now, like, we see what happens when we don't have a voice and we don't have enough of a voice and we don't care enough to have a voice or whatever, or we think it doesn't affect us, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And I couldn't put a vote in, which I don't even know who I would have voted for because I didn't dig into it enough to make a educated decision, whatever. But make sure y'all vote in April. Just fucking go.
Yeah,
go figure it out.
The turnout numbers.
Awful.
They
like
were
what?
Yeah, they weren't looking good.
At all.
So there's a big question.
And we split the vote. So it's like now are all the people who had went,
We got the two candidates that realistically can win it are in the final, I don't want to call it face off, but
it is kind of a face off though. Yeah.
In April. So I think what was shocking was the number of people that voted for the opposition, and that was kind of
that was
jarring
nuts
and telling. So there is a real conversation to be had about what would it take to get people to come out and consistently vote, not just one off. Like everybody wants to come out for the presidential election, but it's these county and city elections that have amendments and addendums and laws
of shit that really matters, like affects us,
bonds and stuff that really affects us. Where you look up like, well, when the hell did this happen? Well, it happened during,
they slipped it into the vote for sure.
The mayoral vote, or it happened during, voting for Senate seats and stuff like that. So, getting people to be engaged throughout the entire because granted, I'm not the most politically inclined person.
Same. But doesn't it make you feel like right now with everything that happened with the world, you fucking should like
that address last night? Yeah,
I don't even watch it anymore.
It was just
it literally so like
it's a Twilight Zone.
Yeah, like it makes me so fucking anxious, and I get like even reading about all of it, I just get real like I just feel like. So I don't know if you know, I have anxiety. The world, I have anxiety. So as long as we all know. And I take Lexapro for it, right? So it controls it. But if that shit is too much, then it ain't helping me. And right now, I just feel like with everything in the world, I have more like what the fuck days where I have to like slow down and whatever the fuck to pull myself together than I don't. And I feel like a lot of it is what's going on in the world. And so even though I'm not super political, I'm looking at it like, fuck, should I be? Is there something I need to be doing right now? And where do I find the time to do it, right? Because
life.
I don't have the time.
Life.
But if you guys are looking into the mayoral candidates and you're trying to figure out, doing your research and all of those things, and you're a more lazy person, because I just feel like the world we live in right now is not
preservation of self.
Yes, you're not like digging into those things. Lachelle, Ohan, Ashe will kind of break down everything for you. If you're not sure who to vote for in April, if you don't feel like doing the work for it, make sure you look her up on social media, because she's going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly on everybody. And I think that's what we need right now. And we need people to care.
Yeah, and unbiased.
Yeah, exactly.
And unbiased.
I think that's what's really important.
Very.
Like, let's not just vote because we know somebody's name, or because they're white, or because whatever, or because they're not the person who did it last time. Like, let's really look at the plans for everything and like care, because we see what happened when we didn't care enough in the presidential election and where we got, and all the things that are kind of like trickling down and trying to be normalized right now, which is
insane.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was random and like
no, that's real.
But
now is not.
It just made me think about it.
Disassociate.
No.
Like of course, like take care of yourself in the meantime. Whatever that may look like to you. Unfortunately, when I say we, I mean Black people.
I was like, oh, you're gonna speak for me.
Black people, Hispanic people, Latino people.
I mean, but
anybody that's considered a minority, we don't get the shit. Women.
Yeah.
Women. Like, as much as white women want to sit here and act like, oh, this is for us. It's not.
Yeah.
You're in their eyes, you're a minority.
Yeah.
So, as much as we want to disassociate ourselves from it, we still also have to have a finger on the pulse of somewhat of what is going on, because if you allow shit to go unchecked, this is what we end up with. So, yeah, like I said last podcast, take care of your chickens.
How do you make it cool though, right? Like, so I know like when we were trying to make way back in the day, you came by the way, we were trying to make it cool to volunteer, and we were doing like the volunteer stuff before parties that we were throwing and stuff. Like, how do you make it? Well, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's what it's going to take. I feel like it's going to take making it a cool thing. Like, does Morgan need to throw a party? Like, does there need to be a voting party? I don't know. Like,
I mean, that's a part of it, because anybody wants to be, you want to be attached to cool stuff.
Exactly.
Right? So,
and unfortunately, we have to lean on what the world finds important.
So, I feel like Gen Z does a good job of it, especially in terms of TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Of like, speaking to the issues, speaking up in general, and being involved in politics, because a lot of it is removal of the old guard, because a lot of these motherfuckers are old as shit.
Yeah.
And so, they're, when you get to a certain age, you got a one-track mind. So, like, you're stuck in your ways. If it ain't this way, I don't really care. But a lot of it is getting younger people involved in politics, somehow making that palatable. I don't know what that looks like. Getting them to care, which, you know, maybe with our generation, I should say, might have missed the mark a little bit.
Yeah.
There are exceptions to the rule, obviously, but I feel like Gen Z does a great job of it. And also just being unbiased. Being unbiased is a big part, because a lot of it is, you know, when you have people in your back pocket that are shelving out lots of money to lobby for certain things, you know, it sways the opinion, it sways the actions of people. So, I mean, a lot. If we need to have voting parties, then so be it. If you need to have registration parties, so be it. You can't get into this spot without registering.
I like that.
Or something along that line. But yeah, we have to. The next 4 years, whatever they look like, we can't just remove ourselves from it
at all, or pretend that it's gonna.
So yeah, it is gonna take a collective. It's gonna take a group. It's gonna take all of us to figure out ways to
fix it.
Figure it out. And hopefully, it's not too far broken at that point. But I don't know. I'm not, you know, sitting here like I got all the answers. I don't.
I'm just curious. I absolutely don't have the answers, but so, I've been thinking about it after watching everything and just all the things kind of dissipating and like happening, and the signs that the Democrats were holding. Did you see that? Yeah. So I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least we're like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, as a whole grown up, you can't just like go fight somebody, right? Like that's not the solution. However, I be wanting to be like, can somebody beat this person's ass? Not like that person, but you know, like when they were locked out of the state, I'm like, somebody need an ass whooping. That's what it is. We just need to, you know. So obviously that's not the solution, but I don't know. The world is so effy that it makes you think and want to do the right things. And we have about a month before it's time to vote again. Yeah. So make it fucking count and do the things. Yeah. And that is the public service announcement portion of the Henny Nights podcast. So, yeah. But yeah, I wish I had the answers, but I don't. It's like I said, I was watching this shit last night and I'm just like, is this real? Yes, it's real as fuck. Like, is he dead ass right now? Like, I don't know. And he don't care. Yeah. And it makes you wonder, like, damn, so if we just did what we wanted to do, like, what would we, Chaos. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I have going on. What do you have going on? Is there anybody crazy you're going to have on the podcast this year? I mean, having me is nuts, right? Like, you're welcome. But anyone that you're like, I have to have them on this year, you know, what are you thinking? Or have you thought about it? Has life been lifing the hell out of you and you? So it's not been. So life ain't been like whooping my ass. It's just been busy. Career has, and this is a good problem to have. Career does take up a lot of my time with the things that I'm doing. I'm being tasked with more responsibilities, so that's cool. I know people that's listening to this probably like, nigga, more consistency. Because like the episodes have been like more and more spread out than what I like. As far as people I would like to have on a podcast, good question. Like, what if you don't do this? This is just me talking right after what we just said. What if you had the mayoral candidate on? You know, I mean that'd like, be interesting. Let's make it. I also feel like that's kind of been done though. Shout out to Nitty. Oh, did not realize that. He had Mayor Jones on. Okay. I think it's called the Fix. Okay. Oh yeah. So he had her on. So I don't want to retread. Facts. Have her say the same things. Yeah, okay. Same thing. Fair. I wouldn't be against it. You know. So she shoots her shot, then you'll be like, all right, sure. Somebody that knows somebody. You know, I don't know how politically sound doing in a podcast called Henny Nights would be. You know. But I wouldn't be against it for sure, because you know she has a story as well. So yeah.
I definitely want to get my girl Erica on. She does. She's a foodie.
Okay.
And she's popping on TikTok and Instagram with
She got all the
STL
spots.
places to eat, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had her on the podcast like when I first started. You know, I know a lot of dope people. So definitely like to get her back on because like the foodie, the influencer space when in terms of food has like really taken off. I mean, obviously we have Keith Lee.
Oh yeah.
We have a dude that came through that caused the uproar. Chow Time and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to hear, like, as somebody who does St. Louis food and knows and is knowledgeable about St. Louis food and places, her take on that. You know, outsiders kind of coming in and not necessarily talking down, but like some reviews are less than stellar.
Yeah.
And you know how St. Louis get, motherfucker, you can't come.
Yeah. We real protective. This our shit.
Yeah.
We don't care if it is flaming hot Cheetos
Right. What you mean you don't like Provel? The fuck is you saying? But yeah, definitely want to get my girl Erica back on, and the door is open for anybody. Honestly, you know, I've been doing this a long time, and I've had like a lot of great people come on. So like I've had, you know, people I met on TikTok that are, you know, doing great things. I had Tammy Holland, you know, rest in peace to Tammy Holland on the podcast. You know, Brad Edwards, you know, I've had Brad. I might have to get Brad to come back and spin the block too.
Especially after everything kind of going on.
Shout out to Daz, to Doodles, you know. Shout out to Kyra as well.
Family.
Yeah.
No, that's my family.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. We can now.
You know that's my cousin.
Yeah. Everybody's everybody's cousin.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, it's a lot of the door is open to whoever, you know. I feel like I've created this space for us to come be themselves and, you know, kind of relax and, you know, you can be professional but also shoot the shit at the same time. So yeah, it's really, you know, whoever. I had my boy John LeJethro Jenkins on from Jenkins and Jones podcast, who is now off into golf. You know what I'm saying? So, Adrian, you know, made Monarch. Oh, I would love to have Adrian on. He's doing marathons. Ricky, I would have
you
Ricky.
You gotta have Ricky.
Yeah,
on.
you know what I'm saying? Like there are plenty of people,
and that's gonna start back up too.
I know.
Yeah, it would be a good time to.
So. The door is open. I got love for a lot of people, so I'm receptive to whoever wants to come through. So,
well, I'm just making you a list so that you can stay on it, and then they can get their weekly dose of Henny nights.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I come, like, or when people come, like, they're talking to you and telling you about something they have going on and stuff like that, which we've already done, which is cool. Mm-hmm. But like, what I want to do, and we did not talk about this, so yay.
Okay.
What I want to do is just ask you a couple questions about yourself. Okay. Or just about your week or something.
After I'm done,
absolutely. After your tequila is done,
tequila is gone,
and you can say pass. Okay. And I can answer too, so that way it's fair. Okay. But I can also pass. Okay. Fair. Yeah. All right. So the first question: do you regret anything? It can be business. It can be life. Anything. That's a hard one. Unless you just already are filled with regret.
I don't. So I don't regret much because most things tend to work out how they're supposed to. I would say the one thing that I probably should have taken advantage of while I had the chance was probably going to school away from St. Louis, just to get that experience. Because I had the opportunity to shout out to Mars. I could have gone to school in Chicago, because you know at the time we were doing like a lot of the Rude Boy stuff. Yeah. It's so funny now in hindsight, looking at like the social media space and what's kind of popular now, like Twitch streamers, YouTube streamers, and stuff like that. We were doing like skits and stuff.
Imagine y'all on Twitch
in 2007, 2008, right? And so you know, the footage is trash. Like the camera quality is not good, obviously, because it's back then. But
y'all would have made some money.
yeah, we were doing
Y'all would have had some
skits.
views.
We were doing skits. We were doing like lifestyle day in the life and stuff like that. Because like we were going out, we were.
Yeah,
That.
it's given
It was
like
that,
modern day RDC world.
Yeah, like
You know?
we were doing that. We were going out and going to parties and like showing love to people, and like people were asking us to specifically come. We were party promoters too.
Yeah.
So like that whole era in itself, I would really like to see somebody do a documentary about the party scene.
Yeah,
back then.
Rude Boys, Fly
Rude
Boys,
Boys,
Fly Girls, all that
HUE,
stuff.
Dynasty, shit, EXO, The Loft, like.
Yeah.
The scene is so drastically different now. And yeah, I would love to see like just sprues. Like the old heads talk about sprues. Like you used to hear this shit on the radio and it made you want to go. I can't wait till I get older. I can't wait till I get.
And then they changed that shit.
And then
before you could get there.
Nigga is gone. The Limelight, like all that stuff. I feel like there's a documentary about the Limelight on YouTube now.
Is there?
At least how the mono started.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's on YouTube already. I think Big Sexy Cool DJ Chaos did it.
Okay.
I could be wrong though. If I'm wrong, somebody can fact check me. But yeah, that's probably like I said. I don't have a lot of regrets. But when I had the opportunity after my first year in college, like my GPA was there. Like I could have gotten into wherever.
Were you just not interested in school like that, or
I wasn't interested in school. And still to this day, I'm very much a family person. Like I want to be around.
are you a mama's
my
boy
people.
and a daddy's boy, or you just
Well, you would say obviously a mama's boy, right? But that wasn't the only reason why I didn't want to leave. It was just like my friends are here. You know what I'm saying?
like my life is
Phil
here.
Phil SIUE.
He's
Elias
close.
and Rolla.
Also
Mars had
close.
just moved. But he was at West. Like we were all still here. Everybody was pretty much within that like group. Pretty much was still here. And if they weren't, they were kind of close.
Yeah.
Like a lot of our peers went to Mizzou. A lot of our peers went to like Lincoln. A lot of our peers went to SEMO.
Okay.
A lot of our peers went to Central Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
He was like, my life is here,
yeah,
and all
it's
the
like,
things.
Yeah, so and then I was having a ball. Freshman year.
Yeah.
Freshman year was probably like the greatest year
Really? Of your life?
Yeah. Probably the greatest year of my life ever, bro. Because I had a little money in my pocket. I didn't really get a refund check till I went to UMSL, but I was working at Enterprise, so I had a little money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like I could, if I wanted to go get a new fit, I could. If I wanted to go get, you know what I'm saying? So I was like,
He was like, no, this is too good.
yeah, this is too good. This is lit. You know,
Mars
but-
is still flourishing out there.
yeah. And so with the stuff that we were kind of on, and the stuff that we were kind of doing in terms of like partying, and then of course the blog came along eventually and stuff like that. We could have did that. I could have moved there, and we could have did that in Chicago too. You know what I'm saying? So that might be like, it's not really a regret, but like the opportunity was there and I didn't.
You're wondering like what?
Yeah.
I wonder how things would have. Yeah.
Because I've had people say to me plenty of times like, "Dawg, I thought you would have been left." Like, I can see you in LA. I can see you da-da-da. I'm like, LA, I've been to LA. Like, it's cool, but
You don't need to live there.
Chicago probably would have been like
Better.
the perfect balance. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, probably going to school out of state. That's probably like the one thing that I probably should have done. So, yeah.
I feel that.
No
I went to
regrets.
school out of state. It wasn't that crazy. I didn't like. I could drive back though.
Right.
It was
I'm
like-
talking about, I mean, you can
2.5 hours. Mine was really short.
you can drive to and from
I
Chicago.
literally could come
too.
every weekend.
Yeah, right,
I wouldn't
right,
do
right.
a 5-hour fucking drive every weekend.
Yeah, I wouldn't go do that. I didn't have a car at the time, so I wouldn't have did that. But Chicago was close enough that if I need to get back, I could have got back.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I probably should have.
So the what ifs. So does that mean you'll like, if you have kids in the future, try to push them to go
Explore
the world, or
explore
just
everything.
Explore 5 hours away.
Explore. Explore everything. Consider all options. If even then, I probably would push the community college route first.
Same. Because why?
Unless you're getting a decent
full
amount
ride
of bread,
or something. Yeah.
a decent amount of money thrown at you, knock out your. Because essentially, what ended up happening, unless you were taking like honor courses in high school, you end up having to take a lot of gen ed shit over anyway.
Yeah, and you could do that shit
and
here.
You could do that shit at community college.
While you still try to figure out.
And that's not a shot at community college because SCLCC is a great. I went to community college after I flunked out of UMSL, but it's lighter. It's not that taxing on your pockets. Yeah. And you can knock out the mundane stuff first, and then you can also decide within those 2 years what it is that you want to do.
Yeah,
as well.
Because I feel like right out of school we don't know.
Yeah.
And we
like
guess.
You can have an idea, but like more often than not, people change.
What's your degree
their
in?
Major. So my bachelor's is in media studies.
Oh, okay.
My master's, my first master's is in media communications, and my second one is in marketing.
Okay, so that's very on brand, obviously.
But I didn't start off at that though.
Oh, okay.
I started off as a criminal justice major.
That's what I thought. I was like, wait, I thought we had the same.
Yeah. I started off as a criminal justice major because I was in the SVU. I was like, oh yeah.
You were like, hell yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Crime scene investigator, forensics.
The DEA, the FBI, or a lawyer.
Okay.
And with the amount of time I've been in school, I could have been a fucking.
You're like, I should have.
Yeah. Now when I look at it, like, damn.
But could you have been a lawyer and had a Henny Nights podcast? I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't know the laws to like what I mean.
Facts,
but like
facts.
podcast airspace is unregulated anyway.
Really?
So, yeah.
I didn't know that. Which is why I can say.
You can do and say whatever. The only thing you might get hit with is like playing music.
Oh yeah.
Really
that's not music you own or something.
Yeah. Okay. That's really it.
Well, amazing. Okay. All right. Are you ready for the next question?
Yes.
By the way, I don't regret anything.
I figured.
Because I feel like my life has happened like. I learned a lot from the things that even like maybe could have happened a different way, right? Like they made me who I am, and I like me. So
yeah, I fuck with me too.
Yeah. So
the shit I'm going through, some self-inflicted, but for the most part, the things that I've gone through, like my life it's been fun as fuck.
Yeah. So, and I feel like if you didn't choose all of the things that you chose to get where you are, you wouldn't be you.
Facts.
Right?
Big
and
facts.
people fuck with you, so.
Yeah. I try to be decent,
All right, I got another one for you. This one's a little hotter. You ready?
Yes.
Are you insecure?
Ooh.
I didn't make these up, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. But I am picking from a very small list.
Am I insecure?
Because they act like men can't be insecure, right? Like it's this notion that like men have to be okay with whatever,
Good shit. I have been before. So in regards to like, and this is what social media does. It gives you the highlights of everybody's lives and stuff like that. So it's so funny because in undergrad, I was seeing like all my peers doing these dope things, like promoting events and having internships with brand names and all this other stuff. And like, because you're kind of in your own lane and your own race, it's like, damn, why can't I say that? And this kind of goes to the going away to school part, because that would have like, all right, it would have pushed me a little bit harder to shoot my shot essentially and try different things and fall on my face or whatever, especially in Chicago. Like Chicago is a big city. Yeah. It's a city with a lot of connections and things like that. So, who knows, I may have shot at this basket brick, then made it over here. Like, who knows where I'd be, right? So I have been insecure. Like, am I even supposed to be in school type thing? Yeah. Am I even on the right path? It is so funny now because like at 36, it's still like, niggas don't know what they really be doing. At all. So we're guessing. We're still guessing and trying to figure this shit out. So, in that aspect, I have been insecure. In terms of like relationship wise, let's see here. I don't really count relationships before. No, I shouldn't say that.
No, don't say
I
that.
shouldn't say that. Because I was in a very serious relationship when I was like 22, 23. So anything that was before like 22, 23 doesn't matter.
Okay, we're gonna not count those. All right, fair.
Everything
fair.
after that are like key character building relationships. And so yeah, and that my first real serious relationship, like as a semi-adult, I had some insecurity there or whatever. Just because of who the person I was dating was, and so like this is like during the hot age of Twitter too. So like it's, if you know, Twitter was the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Back then or whatever, and so you with a baddie or whatever, but like mugs is kind of talking kind of wild on Twitter and shit like that, like Twitter
was the be free space.
Yeah.
Say what you want to say, however you want to say it.
Or whatever. I don't care.
You could have got an easy fuck that nigga. Kind of out in front of everybody.
So a little bit that, and then too, like, at 22, 23, 24, shit, 25, like, who are you for real?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really have an idea. I really started coming into like me as being me until like about 25, 27.
Okay.
And then after that, it was off to the races. Then at 30, it was like, all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been insecure before.
So by now, when you're 40, you're good.
I'm good because I know who I am. I know anything that I'm going through, I know I'll bounce back.
Yeah.
Because I've been through some shit. So I know I can bounce back from it. And every time that something has kind of presented itself as an obstacle or kind of like gotten in my way, it's a learning experience. And then I'll bounce back, and then I'll bounce back like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we up. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's a journey. And it doesn't always happen quickly for everybody. It didn't happen quickly for me. You know what I'm saying? I had to hit my head a few times. So it's cool. But
which is the best learning, learning experience.
Yeah. I know you ain't insecure.
So I used to be.
About what?
I mean, women are not women. Let me not just say women. Let me say as a woman.
Oh, y'all naturally insecure?
Not naturally. I think that like as a woman, and especially as a woman who is, like you said, on social media, seeing mugs, post this and post that and do this and do that, I think like you approach the question as I'm insecure when it comes to like my life and my future goals and things like that, which I like that.
Yeah. I
think for that, I wouldn't call it insecure, but I do feel a great bit of like imposter syndrome, especially right now. Like, I'm literally stepping into some shit that another nigga did before me. Like, so I feel that, but like, I also get up there, do my thing, and I get a bunch of compliments, and I'm like, oh, that's right. Oh, shit. Yeah. So, so like that, but like, relationship-wise, oh my God, I would not have wanted to dated me like over 9 years ago. I've been around for like 8 years. So, before that, dear God, like, I'm sorry.
We'll talk about that off air.
We'll never talk about it ever.
I have the funniest story.
You grabbed the mic. It must
about
be
that.
A very
I have the funniest
story.
And shout out to my boy, Rayon too, because y'all kind of did similar things.
Oh yeah.
And then look at y'all, both of y'all
we're
married,
hella
married.
Kids.
But that I'm not gonna put you on blast.
No,
on the
do not.
podcast.
Thank you. Very insecure when I was younger. Let's just say that. Because I feel like you're watching things and like, when you don't know who you are and you're not secure in yourself yet, I think it's easy to feel very like emotional and like unstable and stuff like that when it comes to like dating, when it comes to being around somebody who doesn't make you feel like you don't have to be secure, right? So like, I've been with my husband for 8 years. I don't need to be insecure because he makes sure that I am not. Like, I remember times when I was dating and I would feel like I needed to spend, we talked about this. I needed to spend every weekend with somebody because I got to make sure they nothing, like having those kinds of feelings versus how I feel now when I'm like, oh, you're finna go DJ? Okay, cool. Like, now I'm sitting at home. I got the bleezy. I'm in front of the TV. I'm watching my show by myself. Like, I have no thought in the world that I need to be worried about anything. So, like, I have in the past. But thank God, not there now. I used to be very clingy. Don't you say a word because I see you making faces. Right. I used to be very, very clingy, and now my son is clingy. So he's a Cancer. Obviously, he's a baby, but he's a Cancer, and I'm like, oh my God, he's so clingy, and I can't breathe. Like, and I'm always like, I cannot believe I was clingy. Like, there's moments when I want to be like, I'm sorry. Like, if I had those people's numbers, I'd be like, I'm fucking sorry. My bad. Like, a little intense. So, yes, I have been in the past, but thank God, in this moment. But very, very much the imposter thing. But I feel like I've dealt with that my whole life. Like, I'm always like, is this where I should be? Should I be here? Do I deserve, did I do the things? Yeah. And that's just, I do the things. Yeah. All right, so a couple more. We here now. We are present. Yeah. Let's see. Are you afraid of anything? Like anything?
So lately.
Oh God.
Lately, heights. And it's so crazy because I'll get on a roller coaster.
Then you can't be afraid of heights.
But
unless you're only getting on like a.
I don't know if it's like a mild. I don't know if there's such thing as a mild case of fear of heights. But like if we were to go to the roof of this building and I look over the edge, like, oh shit.
Like, do you think you're gonna trip? Like, cause like.
Yeah, type shit. Like.
You also have to be very unsure of yourself.
A huff and all it takes is a huff
and a puff. All it takes is this windy day.
And this shit is fucking over. Yeah. So
interesting.
Other than that, maybe,
like not the dark,
drowning,
the dark or anything like that. Okay.
Yeah, drowning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know how to swim?
No.
Okay.
I'm supposed.
You could learn.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I was supposed to be into lessons.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I would get my ass out in the ocean, but
did you get in the ocean in Mexico?
No.
Oh, okay.
I went to the beach though, but I didn't get in the ocean. But when I went to Jamaica, when I got my ass out there in the ocean, as long as my feet
are touching
the ground, the sand,
then you're good. Mentally, you're like, I'm good.
But you have tides,
that will take your ass.
That will take your ass out there. Yeah. So like once the tide kind of gets crazy.
Did you do the excursion thing?
Well, for your wedding?
Yeah.
No, I stayed my ass on the boat.
Okay, funny. Okay, so I did, and I could not.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
No.
Cool.
Like, I don't need to know what's down there.
They were like, there's sea turtles, and I'm like, no. Absolutely not.
I'm cool. I stayed on the boat the whole time. Low key, I might have been toe up.
Yeah.
I might have been too toe up to even.
It was great.
That. Yeah.
We should do like a part 2. We haven't done a honeymoon, so I know. So here's the thing. He gave me do you want to have a honeymoon or would you rather take the kids to Disney World? And I chose taking the kids to Disney World, which is why we went to Disney World for Christmas.
Okay.
So it was on me. And now I'm like, should've.
I should've. Yeah.
But obviously I also had to have, which I think I had to have the emergency surgery like right before we went. So I don't know if that would have been worse on a honeymoon. Probably. Like way worse.
So do a redo.
Well, I just need to have a honeymoon altogether.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you never did.
Yeah, never. We skipped that part. Right, one day we're going to go on a very lavish vacation. Yeah. So, anyway. Okay, so you're afraid of heights, and drowning.
Yeah.
Okay. I am, like, afraid of spiders, but spiders that, like, jump. Like big ass ones. I'm not like, there's a spider on the counter.
Like the big ass tarantulas.
Yes. Like if I look and there's like something big crawling on the wall, fuck no. I'm not a fan of things like that. I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't plan on it. Like absolutely don't plan on it. That and like I am weird because the world is weird right now. I feel like I'm weird about things. Like So, like, going to the grocery store by myself, like, at certain times, like, even living out where I live, like, I'm just funny about it because I feel like I've been seeing all these kidnapper-ass stories. So, I'm weird about going to the grocery store right now. Like, which is a weird thing to be afraid of, but afraid of the grocery store. And spiders. And
jumping spiders, not just
things that'll just crawl. Fuck that. It doesn't matter. I can step on you. But like if it jumps, I don't. Yeah, no. Because also those things are venomous. Like stuff like that is venomous and they can kill you. So yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And I have a last question for you. Are you ready?
I am.
All right. I'm being very intentional.
Get a good one.
All right, so, all right. When was the last time? My brain is trying to decide which one I'm gonna do. Right. When was the last time you were in a physical fight? Can you bang or do you get beat up? The world wants to know.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Last time I was in a physical fight, bruh.
Was it
like a one-on-one fade? Like,
have to be.
Probably. So the last time I wouldn't even. Damn, that is a good question.
Yeah.
So the last time that I've been in an altercation, it wasn't necessarily me fighting though. It was Phil.
You said, but you down for your name.
Yeah, period. It was Phil. We were at.
Who was Phil fighting?
Phil put the pause on this motherfucker, but it was at a party. That was 2019.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it had to be 2019. 2018, 2019. 2019. I don't know, 2018, 2019. Either way, it was a party. We all were there. Me, Phil, Elliot, Mars.
Y'all had the gang.
Yeah, we was all of us. And Muzz just got to tripping. Somebody, I forgot what he lost. He lost his glasses. The opposing person lost his glasses. He lost something of his, and he was pissed about it. Man, y'all better find my such and such or whatever. I'll come back in and air this bitch out.
Oh hell no!
And everybody was kind of like, the fuck. And so he came back and he kicked the door in because closed the door. And Phil was the first person he saw. He was like, it was his phone. Yeah, it was his phone. Well, fuck my phone. Phil like, bro, I ain't got your phone. Before I knew it, they start scrapping or whatever.
Okay, Phil.
And so like he had his homeboys with him. It was me, Phil, and Elliot. And Elliot was kind of scaring. It's not the right word, but like standing his ground, like ain't no jumping type shit. Phil was putting the beating on oh boy, and I was making sure nobody jumped in because it's a fair one. It's a one-on-one type shit or whatever. And so I can't remember if he ended up finding his phone or not or whatever. But
do you know him?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's not
good.
somebody I know.
It's not like now I see this
nobody
nigga.
Nobody need to know. Yeah, now I see this nigga like
Phil beat your ass.
Yeah, Phil with your ass. That was the last time I've gotten in somewhat of an altercation. The last time I think physically had a fight was like maybe high school. Yeah, so like.
Do you feel like there's anybody right now at this big ass age that wants to fight you? That's such a weird question.
Who knows? Yeah,
like I know there are some people who like don't like me. They'd never want to fight me, and I don't even know why they don't like me.
Yeah.
It's what's that song where she's like, it's Cardi. She's like, I had to Google you to find out who the fuck you was or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Type vibes. Yeah, like I have no idea what the issue is, but yeah. I don't think anyone wants to fight me. But
I mean, people will find a reason not to like you. So
absolutely.
Now I don't know if it's to the point of like you want to throw hands about it.
Yeah. I'm like, let's talk it out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
We could at this age, it's like, all right.
Right, we'll never see you again.
It ain't gonna be
whatever.
It ain't gonna be a fair fight because I'm trying to get this shit over with as quick as possible. But yeah, I don't know. Like the lad.
I don't think I've ever met anybody who didn't like you though. Like I've never been in a space where somebody was like, "Fuck that nigga Jay White."
There have been people. So there have been people that have had an issue with me, like when I was younger. Because everybody when I was younger used to think I was a dickhead, like an asshole.
Were you? I don't remember.
No,
I don't remember.
I don't think
we were friends.
So the issue was, if I didn't know you like that, I'm not gonna be like kind of all in your
sociable like
face
that.
And shit. Mm-hmm. And I got like resting nigga face. So like I kind of just be like stoic, and they be like, "Damn, what's wrong with him?"
Right? Or he don't fuck with me.
But if you know me and see me out, like I be kicking it.
You're like it's not.
So it's kind of like So I used to have that problem with women. Like I used to think you were mean. I'm like, I'm not. I mean, I might talk shit to you.
That's an interesting voice.
I'm not. That's my own voice.
Oh, okay.
I used to think you were mean. I might talk shit to you. I might joan on you, but it's not like evil spirited. You know what I'm saying? So
it's playful.
It's playful. It's very playful because I come from my group of friends. We joan on each other all the time.
You're like, this is normal.
You know, women need to be treated delicately. So y'all don't all like
the banter.
Because you'd be like, what do you mean? So yeah.
You know somebody who does the banter like all the time and has been doing it since, please guess, who has been doing it since probably the last, I don't even know, maybe the last 15 years.
That we know?
Yes.
That
you
banters.
know him. He banters all the fucking time. Like there is a lot of like.
Banter?
Like he's going to talk shit about you, but in like a not like bitch you ugly kind of way. Just like homicide. Like he'll be like, "What's up, little ugly?" I'm like, "What? Why are you doing this to me?" Like, but he does it party. Literally. He'll say it on the mic, which it's so funny because like
in the middle of the fucking party, he'll do that.
You know, he not like really like bitch you ugly, you know, but he literally and he's like made it perfect, right? Like people don't even like think that he's malicious at all, even if he means some of that shit. Who knows, right? Like maybe that's how he feels, but it flows for him. So you should take notes. That's all.
I mean, I don't need to take notes. I feel like I banter pretty well. It's never ill-willed, evil-spirited. It's just me, talking shit. But yeah, now if there's something, if you ask me if there's somebody I want to put hands on, there is. It's one of my former supervisors.
Oh damn!
From when I used to work at this car dealership, it's on site.
They snitched?
No, it ain't even they snitched. He was a dickhead. Oh. He was a dickhead to be a dickhead because he thought he was gonna get this position.
Did he ever get the position?
No, he left.
Oh wow.
He got replaced.
What's his name?
Fuck Jason. It's
Jason.
Big fuck Jason.
All right, Jason. I doubt Jason would ever listen to this.
Jason
just in
would
case.
never listen to this. If I ever
you have words
see
for Jason,
it's on site.
We're too old for on site. You just need to speak about it properly.
Nah, bro. Jason had me severely fucked up.
Nah.
It's like that. It's on site. I didn't want to lose my job at the time. Or whatever,
so you
but
ate it.
I ate it.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I ate it, and it was my birthday. It was my fucking birthday, and I ate it.
Yeah.
And
But in corporate spaces, as a black man, you have to eat it.
I did. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have
always eat it.
I was finishing up undergrad. Last thing I needed to do was try to be finding another job at that time. So
or be getting locked up.
Yeah, and then also I'm like, nigga, I'm finna graduate with a bachelor's. They say the dream, like you get the bachelor's, you get a job and all this other shit. And so I was like, yeah, bro, I'll eat it. But if I ever catch Jason at like a monster truck rally or some shit.
Not a monster truck rally.
Or fucking out buying fruits and vegetables, it's on site.
Jason, it's on site.
It's on site.
Period.
So that's really it though.
That's hella funny. Like
I got it's smoke, bro. It's big smoke for Jason. No, I don't give a fuck.
I don't have anybody I have big smoke for. I don't know if it's because I don't care enough. I don't know.
Yeah, nigga.
So it's like I forget what it's called. It's like the 5-something rule. You know what I'm talking about?
What the
They
5?
say it with like marriage and relationships and shit. Like if it's not gonna matter in 5 minutes or 5, I don't know what it is.
It's fake. It's
you said
life
that
fake.
shit matters
That
right
shit
now.
Matters. When I catch you, Ricky? Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky? Yeah.
Boom.
On site.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it.
Well, lovely. Sorry, Jason.
Yeah.
My bad for that last question.
No, it's all good. Is that it?
That's it.
All right.
I wasn't going to go too controversial because, I could dig into relationship stuff, but we're going to leave that.
Oh, okay.
We're going to leave that for another time. We can come and talk about relationships and being married another time and what that looks like,
Yeah.
We could bring them and we could really talk about it. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Everybody got to get saucy, though.
I'm down.
So we be honest.
I'm down.
Relationship podcast.
Yeah. I haven't done a 4-person pod this year yet.
Really? What was your first one?
Not this year.
With the guys?
But it was with the guys. Yeah, it was with the squad.
Now, have you had your girl on yet? Has she been on a... Oh, you gotta do that.
I don't know if she ready for all that.
She might be.
She could be. She might get on here and say some shit. And
Right.
You
be like, delete.
Hold on. You gonna say that on air? Bro, you never know.
Delete.
But
go back.
Yeah, I'll be down for some. Relationship always gets people going. So
have relationship-ish on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a thought. Sprinkle it in there. Look, I'm just setting up your whole itinerary for the year. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But yeah, I guess you can give them your socials where they can book your talents.
Book me. So my Instagram is captured by DJ O, and my website, if you are someone looking for wedding services or something like that, is gonna be www.thedjoexperience.com. And so just connect with me. I follow back. I'm not weird in person either. If I don't know you initially, like Jay White said, I might have a little bit of resting itch face, but it's all love. And, if you know me, I'm full of love and energy and all that good stuff. So, follow me. I'll follow you back. Let's connect.
There you go. So her info is going to be in the show notes of the pod. So tap in with her, book her for your future weddings. We at the age where folks getting married, corporate parties, because y'all, we are the executives in the rooms now. Any activations going around, she got you. So I appreciate you bringing the tequila to the Henny Nice podcast. And the next time we'll holler at y'all later. Peace.